Hi everyone. Hi everyone. So welcome to Innovation Tech Community. So today we are discussing about the basic concepts of Microsoft Azure. And one second, guys. Hmm. And so yeah. So now we are discussing about the basics of Azure. One second. So first of all, we need to go for the Azure portal, that is www.portal.azure.com. So this is the official website of Azure. Let's see. So before we are moving to the basic concepts of Azure, we have to know about what is Azure and I mean basic concepts of Azure. So Azure is a Microsoft cloud computing platform. It provides various services to create apps and websites and more services what we need in the current IT technology. Okay, now one second, guys. My mobile is okay. So we have to know about what are the services today we have in Azure. So one second. So I will tell you the. So there are 200 plus services in our Microsoft Azure. In that, I would like to tell you few more things like we have 200 services. We need to know some services today. Okay. So before we are moving to the topics, I would like to tell you about the subscription policies and licenses. So, this is, I mean, right now I'm using the free trial account. Every person can be enable the $200 credit limit that can be provided by the Microsoft Azure, that will be free of cost. So you have to utilize that $200 credit limit for 1 month free trial. Once that amount is exhausted, so you need to go for uh, what can I say, that pay as you go. So that is another type of uh, subscription in Azure. And one more subscription is that is a student account. So you are a student, you are enthusiastic with Microsoft Azure, so you need to go for this type of Microsoft services, like basic concept you have to. So that is the only limited version, you have to go through this all this. But pay as you go, you have to go for your credentials. Okay, now, so this is my remaining credit limit. So apart from the oh, 200 credit, $200 credit limit, I have used approximately 102 or $3, I think. Now I have to know about the services in all services in Microsoft Azure. So as we already said that Microsoft Azure is a cloud computing platform. As we know that we have in IT industry different type of cloud computing platforms, or like Google Cloud Computing, Microsoft Azure, and one more thing is that and one more thing is that that is called as Amazon Web Services. So in that Amazon Web Services and Google Cloud Computing and Microsoft Azure, these all are the cloud computing platforms. So we have to enable resources. We need to go for it. And so let's see what are the services we have. That is artificial intelligence and machine learning. We have 24 services is there, and analytics are 19 is there, and computing 35 is there, and containers are 8 containers, and the databases are 21 databases that are they are SQL databases and SQL elastic pools, and these are the 21 database. And DevOps are 23 DevOps are there, and general resources are 25, and hybrid multi-cloud are 20. Hybrid plus multi-cloud are 25 resources services, and 16 identities, and 16 integrations, and internet of things services are 22, and the management and governance are 39, and the migration is 5, and mixed reality is 3, and the monitor is 22, and networking is 37, and security belongs is 22, and storage services are 18, web and mobile is 23. So these all are the services that are provided by the Microsoft Azure. So once you have enabled for the free trial, you need to go for the free trial account, or you have the pay as you go, you have to go for the pay as you go, and the student account you have to go. So you have to enable, you have to know, you have to learn, you have to showcase yourself as a best person in the IT industry, that you have to know about the Microsoft Azure services. Okay, now I have to uh, yeah, on today I have to tell you about the Azure analytics services. They are analysis services, data factories, data lake analytics, data fact gen 1, and Azure Databricks, and HD Insights, and data catalog, and the share and Power BI enable. So these all are the analytics platforms that are provided by the Microsoft Azure. So as of now, one second, guys. So, uh, yeah, I'll tell you. So these all are the analytics services. So today I have to tell you about data factories. So before we're moving to the data factories, I would like to tell you about data factory once again. Yeah. So first of all, we need to know about what is data factory. So data factory in the world is of the big data, raw unorganized data is often stored in a relational, non-relational, and other storage system. However, on its own, raw data doesn't have the proper context or meaning to provide the meaningful insight to analytics, a data scientist, and a business decision maker. So we have lots of data in the world. So that is raw data, unproper data, unstructured data that we be here. So no, what I mean Azure Data Factory can do in this context. The big data requires a service cannot to orchestrate and operationalize the process to refine these enormous stores of raw data into actionable business insights. Azure Data Factory is the manager cloud service that builds off this complex hybrid extract transform, that is ETL process. ETL means extract, transform, load, and extract, load, transfer, and integration. These are the, I mean, basic concepts of Azure Data Factory. So the extract, transform, and load are, so that is ETL. That is, so we have the data in raw form, that is we have to extract the data, we have to transform the data, we have to load the data. So these all has been do in the, I mean, this kind of, by using this Azure Data Factory. Okay, so how it works? So that is the ingest and control flow and the data flow and schedule and monitor. So these all are the code free ETL as a service. So these all are the raw data. We have to extract the data and transform the data and load the data. So we need to move as per as the step by step get in the Azure Data Factory. Okay, now I will tell you how to create the data factory. So once we open the data factories, you need to create the data factory. So just click on the create, and subscription you have to enable, that is you have to go through your free trial account or pay as you go, or else you need to go for student account. Now I have to give on resource group, I have to give an here is a RG Cosmos DB, or else name I have to given like Azure DF1. Is TS already taken, so now I can for, okay, is TS. So the name itself is a unique one, so you have the name cannot be matched with the other resources. So okay, version is v2. Okay, and then now I can go for next generation, that is make it as a default one, and networking maybe also it will be same thing, and tags also same, and review and place. For once validation is completed, you need to create the data factory. In the data factory we need to create the data pipeline, so you need to update the data from the folders to, we have to create the pipeline, and that means the path we have to create, that is the from the data warehouse to, I mean, that is the source, that is the source to end. So validation is paused. Now I have to move to create. So once the deployment is completed, yes, the deployment is in progress. Yeah, let's see the here you have see that your deployment is completed, and then you can go for your resources. In that, so this is the, I mean, Azure Data Factory preview. And then once you have to create it, and you need to go for Azure Data Factory Studio, Launch Studio. You need to go for the Launch Studio, and then once it will be open, we need to create the pipeline. Well, let's see. I will tell you once it will be open. Okay. Yeah. So these are I mean, previously I said that we have to extract and transform the load data will be happen in the ingest and orchestrate and transform data and configure by SSIS. So these all are the transformations that can be happen from the source to end. Okay. Now here see that is the home, and it is the author. Yeah, author we have to create the pipeline and change the data and data sets, data flows, and Power Query. So you need to create all these things, and then you have to monitor the data. So whatever the pipelines you have to create it, you need to monitor the data in this dashboard. Okay, and then manage. You have to manage that whatever we have to create, that will be manage the data, and it will be learning center. So you don't know about this Azure Data Factory, you need to go for the tutorials and quick start and videos and the gallery templates, everything that will be helpful for the Azure Data Studio, Data Factory Studio. So I will go to Azure, create pipeline. Let's see. Yeah, new pipeline. Okay, create new Azure DB DF. Yes. Okay. So you need to give the variables also. So I will give the string values. The value must be variable settings output. That is one itself, and then output. So I didn't get any activity. So whatever the pipelines you have to create, that will be appeared here. So let's see, I have created one pipeline that will be reflected as created one pipeline, one it will be represented as one. So add trigger, you need to give the all whatever the features you need to add here. So these all are about publishing error. Why? Because I'm not unable to update the pipeline at least one activity. So I don't have any activity. That's why I'm unable to. I mean, the error is showing now. This is what we have created. The how to create the pipelines and everything. Now, so this is the whole process of Azure. Mm, so that's all for you guys today. Thank you so much for joining the Innovation Tech community, and please do subscribe to Innovation Tech community. So once you enable all your features, so then only we get more reach. Okay. Thank you so much.